Welcome in, everybody. Game time. Live at the finals. Post-game has begun.
Hey,
that's Shaquille O'Neal.
Hey, that's throwing in the towel.
Chris Webber. That didn't come from a Cavalier, by the way.
Hey, because it's a wrap.
Charles Barkley, Chris Webber, I'm Matt Weiner. Good to have you with us. Are you guys as stunned as the fans walking out of here right now?
I'm not stunned at all.
Just because of the way it finished.
The way it finished was exhaustion. If you actually watch the game and watch the body language on the Cavs, in the third quarter they were exhausted. And did you say they couldn't keep playing at this pace? And we were talking in the green room. It's either you or Vince Cellini. He's like, they can't play at this pace.
Well, we were talking about in the pregame, the pace.
But in the third quarter, even when they had to lead early fourth, every time out, they had their hands, they were bent over.
Right.
And that was just fatigue down the stretch.
No, to me, they were very, very stagnant, especially the last 3 or 4 minutes. They still had a chance and opportunity to win. The other guys step up a little bit, but when you have a lead, especially against the Golden State team, cannot make mistakes. Too many mistakes down the stretch. And to hold the ball, play one-on-one, play very stagnant, that's a mistake against this Golden State team.
To me, this is one of the games that the players have to take and say it's their fault. I think that when you have the lead like that with a few minutes left, the coach can do all he can do, but it's up to you guys to know who should have the ball, how to run your offense, like Shaq said, not just run around at the end. But I agree with Chuck, it was fatigue, but the fact you were so tired and you got that last 2 minutes, it just seems like you could pull something out of that reserve.
Yeah.
But excuses make cowards of us all. There ain't no fatigue.
Listen, well, first of all, they were fatigued, but that's the beauty of the Golden State Warriors. You know, the other guys, Clay was terrific tonight.
Yep.
When you can have guys like, it had to be, they were stagnant, I agree with you. But that's the way they play a lot of
times.
times.
They're an ISO team.
They're an ISO team, but LeBron and Kyrie gave out a gas, and then Steph did his thing, then Clay did his thing, and they finished him off with Durant.
Well, this goes back to the question of pace that we've been talking about, and we talked about in our pregame show, because Teron Lowe and the Cavaliers insist they want to play fast, they want to push the possessions higher.
They were up with 2 minutes left.
And they were higher, but you guys are telling me they ran out of gas.
In fact, they ran out of gas, but that's the only way they can win, Matt, because that's the only way Corver's going to get going, J.R. Smith. Because if you just try to slow the game down, you're just going to end up having LeBron and Kyrie play one-on-one. The bottom line is they just ran out of gas, and you give the Warriors credit, man. They got so many different weapons, and everybody chipped in. Not one guy played. They all played good, but like at different stretches, they had a guy step up.
How about that confident Kevin Durant stroke there late on a pull-up three-pointer that gave them the lead at 114 to 113 after getting the switch on Tristan Thompson and dropping in a little jumper prior to that. Box scores, gentlemen.
Thank you, sir.
38 and 39 respectively for Kyrie Irving and LeBron James. Ultimately not enough. Durant has his third straight 30-point game. He finished with 31 on the night. Klay Thompson was brilliant, particularly in the first half. And there were times, it seemed to me, when, and you guys talked about the fatigue, where the Cavs were playing so hard to take a lead, to gain some momentum. You'd look up at the scoreboard and they're down a point or they're down 2 points, and you'd notice Kevin Durant or Steph Curry still on the bench.
You know, when you have weapons such as Golden State, no lead is safe. You know, Chris just mentioned they were up by 2. They were up with 2 minutes left to go in the game, and Golden State, a couple guys coming out here some threes.
But look at these shots, Shaq.
Yeah, those are tough shots.
These tough shots.
Yeah, those are tough shots.
That's when you're working that hard to just get a basket. And look
that's that defense of Golden State.
Listen, man, first of all, that was a great package. But every one of those were tough, hard-working shots after 48 minutes of basketball.
Right.
And then show over the Warriors highlights. Clay for a 3, wide open. Kevin Durant come down for a 3.
Wide open.
And that's the advantage. These easy buckets. And when you're tired.
That's because they moved that basketball.
Yeah.
And Chuck said that they would have 3. You said if all guys scored 30 points, they'd only had 90. They scored about 93 points tonight, something like that, and or 94 points. And when you look at it, they only got 11 from that bench. So when we talk fatigue, one team can go 12 deep, the other team can only go about 7 deep. So it's not necessarily how you play. I mean, it is how you play, but it's also who else you got coming off that bench that can give you minutes.
And you look at the last quarter, they got beat 29 to 19. When a team that has Kyrie and LeBron only scored 19 points, you know something was wrong. And listen, the Warriors make you tired. They make you tired.
Yeah.
But if you go back, and I say, I hate to be redundant, if you look at that packages, man, every one of those shots Kyrie Irving hit was contested. He had to dribble 5, 6, 7, 10 times. That takes its toll on you. And you have to figure something else too. They have to guard Steph Curry, and LeBron has to guard KD.
Kevin Durant.
That's a lot to ask of two guys.
And by the way, Curry was the leading rebounder tonight. Hey, Shaq, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that, Chuck. I'm just saying, it's a big fella. I'm a big fan of the game, don't get me wrong. And big fan, I love seeing him do it. But when you got a guard, 6'1", getting 13 rebounds.
Now look at these plays right here.
More from Curry tonight, who had 38 on 29 shots and didn't knock down a 3 all night long. In fact, the Cavs were just 12 of 44. But you see some of the routes he has to take and how many defenders he has to overcome.
They're not even playing Tristan Thompson.
You know what, Tristan Thompson, it's been very frustrating and disappointing. But listen, the bottom line is they're just too good for the Cavaliers. The Durant factor to go with Steph and Clay, these guys are going to win. If they can keep everybody healthy, you know, they're going to win multiple championships. I mean, obviously this summer they got to make the deal on Steph and Kevin, give them $200 million. That's a lot of money for two guys. But, man, this team they're the best team. It's beautiful to watch.